Hi guys, today is February 13th, 2020. Futures are down a lot on reduced fears of coronavirus because the Chinese government just revealed 15,000 more cases of coronavirus. So futures are down, and I have about 20 symbols that I'd like to talk about, and there are some good ones, top movers, and my opinion about what to do with them. So stick to the end, and there will be some interesting ones. By the way, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and write me some comments. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, let's start with Tesla. Tesla has three news. Okay, one good news and two bad news. First of all, the bad news. Tesla said that they're recalling 15,000 vehicles, Model X vehicles, because they identified some problems with the steering wheel. Okay, but they didn't say that it's unsafe to drive them. It's just they said that they should be brought to the shop and fixed. Okay, the second not so good news is that they're issuing $2 billion of debt, of new stock, common stock offering. Okay, so that's not a lot in my opinion, and they said that they will use it for corporate purposes. And I think it's not such a bad news actually. Okay, even though the market is down on those news, but they said that Elon Musk is going to buy 10 million worth of shares on this new offering, and actually Larry Ellison will buy like 1 million worth of shares on this new offering. Okay. And one good news piece is that they asked the Chinese government to produce heavier Model 3 with longer range. So Tesla shares are down pre-market, and like I said before, that if it goes in low 700s, I will be interested to buy Tesla. Okay. The next stock is Caterpillar. Caterpillar was actually upgraded by Goldman today, and they said that it's favorable conditions for Caterpillar finally. So they're actually advising to buy Caterpillar. I don't know. I would probably go with Goldman because I think Caterpillar looks good technically on the chart to me. You see this MACD is crossing and looks like it's coming up. So maybe it's not a bad buy. So it's a good pickup. The stock that I'm watching today is Nvidia. Nvidia is going to report today after market, and this stock will be down today maybe because of the coronavirus fears and everything else, because the whole market is going to be down. So maybe it's not a bad pickup pre-market, pre-earnings. I mean, it's a little bit risky because it's sitting very high. But it's Nvidia. I'm pretty sure they will beat, and I mean, if you have a lot of risk tolerance, maybe you can pick up the stock before earnings. Okay. Speaking of earnings, Applied Materials reported spectacular earnings. Actually, beat top and bottom. Actually, gave higher guidance. I'm very interested in the stock actually at these levels, and it was upgraded by a number of analysts this morning to like $75, $80. These analysts were coming out and just upgrading the stock, and I think it's a good pickup in this area. Okay, so that's Applied Materials. Okay, the next stock that I want to talk about is Teva, symbol TEVA. Okay, Teva was upgraded by Oppenheimer this morning, and they said that they're upping the price target from $13 to $16, I believe. But Teva is sitting in the overbought territory. I mean, it's not a very expensive stock, but sitting at 82 RSI, I don't think I'm buying the stock here. Okay. Another stock that's reported well is Tripadvisor. Tripadvisor is the advisory site. Reported really well, higher pre-market, and gave a really good guidance. Actually, I like Tripadvisor because it's off the highs a lot since the previous report. Okay, as you can see, it dropped from like $37 to around $27, even lower, and now it was trading at like 30 bucks in general, and I think it's a good pickup for Tripadvisor. Okay, the next set of stocks in the news are all the protective gear stocks, like Lakeland Industries. Okay, they're all opening higher, and Lake and APT, and all related to coronavirus and protective gears, and CODX. Okay, and all these stocks are higher and opening higher on renewed fears of coronavirus, but I would fade that rise, because as soon as the good news come in about coronavirus, these stocks will be hammered. Okay, so I would be very careful of these stocks. But the stock that reported is Alibaba. Alibaba is a huge Chinese conglomerate, and reported higher sales, higher number, and on great numbers on a single day. And it looks like it's going to open lower, because they said there's going to be challenges related to the coronavirus fears. Okay, so if this stock goes down a little bit more, like it's opening about 218, maybe it goes down to like 215, this is a good pickup in my opinion. Okay, so Pepsi reported really good numbers, and actually beat the street and gave higher guidance. And I think in this environment of the fear of the coronavirus, this is going to be a safe play, because Pepsi has only very little sales, I think to 2% sales in China. So this is a really good pickup on the market uncertainty. Plus Pepsi is paying like 2.5% yield. And their ex-dividend date is about on March 5th, I believe. So I think it's a good pickup, even though it's overbought a little bit here. But I think people will run to Pepsi because of the coronavirus fears and market uncertainty. Okay, so other Chinese stocks, actually, I was going to talk to you about, like Luckin Coffee, LK, and NIO. NIO, they're all down pre-market because of the renewed fears of the coronavirus. Okay, AIG, what to do with them? I mean, if what to do with the Chinese stocks? If they're down a lot, I would pick them up, because I mean the coronavirus fears are just fears. I mean, it's not just fears. I mean, there are a lot more cases of coronavirus, but the thing is that as soon as this is start to pass, people will run and pick up the Chinese stocks. So, okay, so AIG reported good numbers. Again, AIG is the defensive stock, and I think it will run today because in this environment, people are afraid, and AIG is a good stock to hide, basically. Okay, the Aurora Cannabis reported not so good numbers. It reported bad numbers. It didn't break down the sales and losses, but it did not report as bad numbers as I expected, actually. So on the heels of that, the cannabis stocks are not that much down. My favorite in the cannabis stock is Kronos Group. Okay, they have the most solid balance sheet out of other cannabis stocks. Okay, so Cisco also reported, CSCO. Okay, so they reported good numbers, but they said that their revenue will drop about 3.5%. So I'm not picking up the stock. And Honeywell also in the news, because they said that they're looking for sell of their protective gear business. Very smart move, because it's a craziness about the coronavirus, and I think this is a good time to sell their protective gear business. So Honeywell is a good pickup. Redfin reported RDFN. Okay. Reported really good numbers. Stock is up pre-market, and I think that's a good pickup. And the last but not least is Nu Skin. Nu Skin Enterprises did not report good numbers, and they said it will drop 20 to 25% due to coronavirus problems and outbreak. Okay. That's my list. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the like button and write me some comments, and I'll see you tomorrow.